Hi guys, welcome back to Matekazi's Signature. In today's tutorial, we're going to be creating something like this. It's a one-side off shoulder princess armhole bustier. So if this is what you want to watch, please stay tuned. Thank you to all my subscribers. Thank you guys. If you're yet to subscribe to this channel, why not go ahead and hit that subscribe button, turn on your notification bell. Okay, so get right into the video. So yeah, this is my pattern paper. Go ahead and fold your pattern paper into two like so. We'll be drafting on fold. Okay, we'll be drafting the front first. We'll be drafting on fold. So fold your pattern paper into two like so. So ensure to have your measuring tape, of course, your pencil and your eraser, your measurements, your tracing wheel, calculator, your drafting scissors, your masking tape, and of course your rulers. So I'll go ahead and tape down my pattern paper on my table. So I'll go ahead and mark my shoulder measurements. Sorry, my shoulder line. This will serve as my starting line. Okay, so this is my shoulder line, which is also my starting line. So from my starting line, I went ahead and marked my chest line. My bust circumference I'm working with is 42 inches. 42 divided by 6 plus 2.5 inches. That is 9.5 inches. So I came down from my shoulder line and marked 9.5 inches. So now this is my chest line. So from my shoulder line, I came down and marked 10.5 inches. This is my bust point. So from my shoulder line, I came down and marked 14.5 inches. This is my under bust. So the front waistline I'm working with is 17.5 inches. Okay, and the back is 15.5 inches. Because I said, like I used to say, the front and the back from the shoulder to the waistline are not equal. Because the front we have our bust. So I'll go ahead and place my shoulder measurements. The shoulder I'm working with is 17 inches. I minus 1 inch from that 17, which is 16 inches. 16 divided by 2 is 8 inches. So I came down my chest line. I marked 8 inches. So I'll go ahead and connect it like so. So the bust I'm working with, bust circumference I'm working with is 42 inches. 42 divided by 4 is 10.5 inches. So I went ahead and marked my 10.5 inches on my chest line. So the neck width that I worked with is 4 inches. That is the wideness, 4 inches. And the neck depth, that's the neck, that is the deepness of the neck, is 4.5 inches. So I went ahead and connected my neckline like so. So for my shoulder slope, I came down by 1.5 inches. So I went ahead and connected it to my neck tip, my neckline tip. So for my chest line, I came up by 3 inches. And I came inside by 0.5 inches. And I connected it to my shoulder tip. So I'll go ahead and connect to my bust measurements to create my arm hole like so. So now, the bust span I worked with is 8 inches. That is from one nipple to another. 8 inches divided by 2, 4 inches. So from my front waistline to my bust point, I went ahead and marked 4 inches like so. And I went ahead and connected a straight line. So on my waistline, I'll go ahead and open up my dart leg. I did 0.5 inches on both sides. So I'll go ahead and connect all to my bust point for my dart leg. So now the waist circumference that I'm working with is 38 inches. So now 38 inches divided by 4, I think is 9.5. So whatever I have for my waist measurement, I marked it. Remember to return the 1 inch for the darts. So I went ahead and connected to my bust measurements, like so. So now guys, from my bust point, I'll come down and mark the 2 inches difference that I have. Like I said, the front waistline is 17.5 and my back is 15.5. So 17.5 minus 15.5 is 2 inches. So I came down from my bust point, I marked the 2 inches and I connected it to that point. Okay, so now we'll divide whatever we have on our shoulder. Whatever I have on my shoulder, I measured it and I divided it into 2. So I'll go ahead and connect it to my bust point, like so. So now guys, I'll go ahead and trace what I have. Yeah, please ensure to have a tracing wheel. Go ahead and trace out what we have marked. Okay, so I'm done tracing, so I'll go ahead and open up my balance paper and I marked out everything I traced. Okay, so now we'll go ahead and mark our princess armhole. So from my shoulder tip, you can see I'm marking it out. I marked 1, I came down by 2 inches, that is 2. From the 2, I measured 2 inches, I came down 3. So we'll be having like 2 inches interval. Okay, this will enable you to determine where your princess armhole style line will start from. Okay, so now guys, look closely. We are going to be tightening the under bust. Now from that leg that I marked, the one coming towards the center front, I marked 0.5 inches, and the other side, the one going towards the side, I marked 0.75. so I'll go ahead and do the same thing to this other side. I marked 0.5 inches, and this other side, I came out and marked 0.75. so I'll just go ahead and use my curve ruler. See the way I placed the curve ruler, went ahead and connected to my bust point. So I'll go ahead and do the same thing here. So now I'll go ahead and connect to my waistline, like so. So guys, we've tightened the under bust. So I'm just trying to come down by 2 inches for my bust that. So now the next thing we'll do guys is to open up. Now before we do that, we're going to be drawing our princess armhole line. So if the client you're working with doesn't have bust like that, you can make use of number 1 and 2. But if your client is busty, you can make use of 3 and 4. So go ahead and place your curve ruler like so. You connect from your bust point. I connected from my bust point all the way to the number 3. Yeah. From my bust point, I placed my curve ruler like so. Please ensure to avoid too much curve while placing your curve ruler. So go ahead and connect it to, if your client is busty, you can do 3 or 4. So I connected it to number 3. Yeah, so you can see. So I'll go ahead now and open up my shoulder dart. Yeah, the star line that is coming from the shoulder to my bust point. So I went ahead and cut. I opened it up like so. I slashed it open all the way to my bust point. So after opening it, I went ahead and closed my bust dart. That is the 2 inches that we marked from my bust point down. I'll just go ahead and fold it in. I'll close it. So I'll be transferring the darts to the shoulder. So I'll go ahead and tape it with my masking tape. Yeah, so we are trying to tighten the shoulder, okay? So now I'll just go ahead and blend like so. So I'll do the same thing to the other side. So now I'll go ahead and measure what I have on my shoulder. Go ahead and divide it by 4. So whatever you have, I divided mine, I have 0.75. So I went ahead and connect it like so to my bust point. So this was 25% tightening. So I'll do the same on the other side. I measured what I have, I divided by 4, and I marked it all the way to my bust point. So we've tightened our shoulder, okay? So now go ahead and open up my bust darts that I've closed. I'll open it up so I can be able to close my shoulder tightening. So for you to be able to close your shoulder, you go ahead and slash your bust darts into 2 like so. You can see that line that will fold it. Go ahead and slash it into 2 like so. So after slashing it, you go ahead and close your shoulder, tightening like so. So I'll just go ahead and tape it down with my masking tape. So we've tightened our shoulder, okay? So now whatever I have, we tightened our shoulder by 0.75. So I'm going to be replacing it. Yeah, you can see what I'm doing. I came out and marked the 0.75 and I connected it to my armhole like so. So I'll go ahead and blend my shoulder line. Go ahead and blend it. So I'll be tightening my shoulder by 0.5 inches. This is to avoid any fitting issue. So I went ahead and tightened my shoulder. I came down on my shoulder tip by 0.5 inches. It's not going to affect your measurements, okay? So it's optional. If you want to tighten your shoulder, go ahead and tighten it by 0.5. So whatever I did on this other side, I went ahead and did the same thing on that other side. Okay, so I was actually trying to explain that there's no need of coming out from your armhole because we've already returned what we tightened on the armhole. So I just went ahead and mark my right and my left. You can see I marked it for me to be able to identify where is my right and also where is my left. Please ensure to mark it, your right and your left. So I went ahead and cut out my pattern paper. So ensure to close your bust dart. Okay, so guys, I'm done drafting. Okay, so I'm done drafting the front. So we'll get over to the back. So we'll be drafting the back as well on fold. So go ahead and fold your pattern paper into 2 like so. So just go ahead and tape it down. Okay, I actually flipped it. Okay, the center will be my center back. That is the one that is folded, will be my center back. So just go ahead and tape down. So I'll go ahead and draw my starting line, which is also my shoulder line. So I'm gonna head to draw my shoulder line. Okay, this is also my starting line. So now this is my center back, and this will be my side back. So from my shoulder line, I came down and marked 15.5 inches. Like I said, the front and back from the shoulder to the waistline are not the same. So I'll be dropping the link on my description box on how to take an accurate body measurement. So the neck width I worked with is 4 inches. That's the same thing we marked on our front pattern, okay? So whatever you mark on your front pattern, ensure to mark it here. The neck width I worked it is 4 inches. And for the back, I came down by 1.5 inches for my neck depth. So I'll go ahead from my center front, I went ahead and mark 8 inches for my shoulder measurement. So from that shoulder measurement, I came down and marked 9.5 inches for my chest line. Like I said, your chest line, how to determine your chest line is your bust circumference divided by 6 plus 2.5 inches. On the chest line, I went ahead and marked my shoulder measurement, which is 8 inches. So I'll go ahead and connect with a straight line like so. So I came down by 1 inch for my shoulder slant. Went ahead and connect to my neck tip. So I'll go ahead and tighten my waistline for the back. I did 1 inch. I came inwards and mark 1 inch. You can do 0.75 or 0.5 depending on the deepness of your client back. This is to avoid any fitting issue when you've sewn your zip, okay? So I'll go ahead and place my bust measurements. That is 42 inches divided by 4, 10.5 divided from that line, okay? I mark my bust measurements. So from my shoulder slope tip, I came down my chest line, divide by 2. I came inwards by 0.5 inches. I connected to my shoulder tip. So I'll just go ahead and use my curve ruler to create my armhole. I went ahead and connected all the way to my bust measurements. So go ahead and create our dart. So my bust span is 4 inches. Yeah, 4 inches. I will start all the way from the center back. You can see I said from the center back. This is how I placed my tip measure. From the center back, I marked 4 inches. I went ahead and connected it all the way to my center, my chest line. So from my chest line, I came down by 1 inch. So now for the dart opening, I did 0.5 inches on both sides. 0.5 inch, sorry. Went ahead and connected all the way like so. So I'll go ahead and place my waist circumference. That is 38 inches divided by 4. Ensure to replace the 1 inch for the dart. So I'll go ahead and connect all the way to my chest measurement. So now you can go ahead and create your presence armhole. You go ahead and connect from the midpoint of your armhole. But I did my shoulder. I connected from my shoulder to my dart leg. I divided what I have from my shoulder line into 2. I went ahead and connected to my dart point. So I went ahead and tightened my shoulder with 0.25. If you tighten the front with 0.5, ensure to tighten the back with 0.25. This is optional, okay? This is to avoid any fitting issue. Yeah. So I'll just go ahead and use my tracing wheel to trace out everything that I have drafted. Yeah. So this is me tracing out. So I'll just go ahead and open it up and draw out whatever I have traced out. So now guys, I went ahead and placed my front pattern and marked out the right and the left. Okay, I placed the front side facing the front side of the back and mark out the left and the right. So I'll go ahead and cut out like so. So I'll not be cutting the back completely, so just cut out like so we can be able to draw our line for our one side of shoulder. So I'll go ahead and use my masking tape and tape on my center front like so. Yeah, so I'll be taping it down like so I can be able to match up my side fronts on both sides. So after taping it like so, I flipped it on the right side and I taped down the side like so. So this is how our bodies will look like after joining. So I went ahead and placed my right side of the back to the right side of my front like so. This is me trying to match the front bodies and the back bodies together to know where I want my off shoulder to be. Yeah, and my off shoulder, I did the off shoulder at the left hand side. Okay, so I came down from my shoulder line, I came down by 4 inches and I marked. So I went ahead and connected to the midpoint of my neckline like so. So I'll do the same for the back. On the left hand side, I came down and marked 4 inches. So I'll go ahead and connect it to the midpoint of my neckline like so. So I'll just go ahead and cut. So now guys, after cutting, I went ahead and fold my back piece into 2 like so. I'll go ahead and cut out my darts all the way to the shoulder. Went ahead and cut out the tightening that we did for the waist. So yeah, this is my pieces for the back. Ensure to mark out your left and your right. So I have the center back and also the side back. So this is my back pattern. So now for the front, I went ahead and removed the masking tape. So I'm going ahead to draft my basic sleeve. I draft 2 basic sleeves. So now we'll be using one for this, for the other side that has shoulder. Yeah, we'll be using one of the basic sleeve for the one that have shoulder. And for this other basic sleeve, I'll go ahead and cut out so it can be able to align to the off shoulder. So from your cap, from the cap of your sleeve, come down by 4 inches and mark like so. You mark the 4 inches all round. That's from the cap of your sleeve, come down by 4 inches and mark it all round. So guys, I went ahead and connect my points after marking out the 4 inches. So I went ahead and cut out. So now this is what I have for the sleeve for the off shoulder. So this is basically how to draft your princess armhole one side off shoulder bustier. So these are my pattern sets. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this tutorial, why not give me a thumbs up? And if you want to see how I joined, how I cut out my fabric, and how I made this blouse, I'll be dropping the link on my description box. You can go ahead and watch how we achieved it. Thank you.